Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today. It's a 1:11 p.m. Eastern meditation. I usually go on live at 11:11, but today all of the devices are being taken up because the kids are, of course, home distance learning, and my husband has been working from home. And yeah, so I had to come in a little bit late today, but I'm so grateful for all of you who are watching live and then are also watching in replay on IGTV, YouTube, and again on Facebook, because these are posted and they're up forever and ever. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I am a mother of 5. I am a meditation guide, and I am an author of books for big and little readers. And that means I write books for adults and books for children. And I am giving away the digital versions of 3 of my books, and you can find those links in the video description. The first one, Managing the Mother Load, not my first book, but the first one I'm holding up, Managing the Mother Load, which is for mothers. You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life, which is for everybody. It's a meditation book. It has 27 really easy meditations in there and then some life lessons for you. And Zara's Big Messy Day That Turned Out Okay. That is my children's book. It's doing really, really well. Every book sold results in a book being gifted to a student in need. And we've given over 1,200 books away. And you can get the whole digital package, including the Spanish version, by clicking on the link in the video description. And for today's meditation that I'm so excited to be bringing to you, because you might not know this about me, but I am a giant hip hop fan and a big Wu-Tang fan. And I'm going to be reading from, I don't know why that's funny to me, because I imagine people out there like, I don't know, certain people maybe out in middle America be like, what? What is this meditation guy is going to be talking about hip hop today? Hello, Leanna Pena. Hello. I'm so glad you found your way back to me. I'm going to be reading from The Tao of Wu by the RZA. So while you are meditating, I'm going to be reading a couple of my favorite passages from this book that have special meaning to me and that are also very appropriate for these times. So The Tao of Wu by the RZA. It's a fantastic book, and that's also linked in the video description. I'll tell you right now that today's theme is going to be about transition and change and the blessings that come in transition and change, as well as the pain and what happens when we accept the painful parts of rebirth, of transition, of big changes, of transformation. When we accept those, that we are more able to accept the blessings more fully, right? So I often talk about childbirth because I'm a mother of 5 and I'm also a birth doula. Childbirth as this metaphor for all the changes in our life. The actual time of birthing, that time in labor, is painful, right? It's not meant to scare you. It's pain. It doesn't have to be torture. It doesn't have to be suffering. And when the mother allows for that sensation, allows and welcomes that pressure as something that's in service of bringing her baby, her miracle forward, then the experience is far less traumatic, and it can even be wonderful, beautiful. So conversely, when you are in resistance to the pressure, when you're fighting it, and physically in childbirth, if you're tensing up and you're not allowing for your body to relax and surrender to what it's just doing on its own, can create even more pain and more suffering for yourself. So we're going to be talking about that. I'll invite you now to take a big inhale and exhale with me. And you'll notice that I wiggle in my seat a lot because I'm just finding my comfortable seat, which changes every single day. Sometimes I'll have my legs crossed. Sometimes I'll have kind of one shin in front of the other with both feet flat on the floor, the sides of my feet. It all depends on where my body is that day, how I want to sit, if I want to be up straight or if I want to just relax a little bit. It all works. So find your seat. Find what feels good to you. So just wherever you are, just breathe into that easy seat. And again, you can sit up nice and tall. You can inhale your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale your shoulder blades down along your spine. Or you can not fuss with your posture at all and just be wherever the energy takes you. Now at this point you can close your eyes, or you can leave them open and gently focused on an object, a spot across the room, a place on the floor. If you meditate with me a lot, you'll notice that I say the very same things every single time we start the meditation, with just a little bit of variation. And that's because these rituals, these habits, allow us to drop into that state of meditation more easily. It cues us up. It tells our bodies, like, okay, now it's time to let go. Now it's time to surrender to the experience. Now is this time just for me. So as you rest in your easy seat and you're sitting any which way you want to, and you have your eyes closed or gently focused, you know that it's time to bring your attention, and you're already saying it in your head out there, to your breath. Your easy, effortless, and natural inhales and exhales, just as they are in this moment. No need to change a thing. Which is the perfect segue into what we're talking about today. The perfect segue into the passages that I want to share with you in my dog-eared pages of my book. Don't think I'm a monster because I highlight and I fold pages. So, still focusing on your breath, still allowing your inhales to flow in and through your body, and your exhales to come back up and out, just being the observer. I want you to completely surrender to this time for you and just listen to my offering. These words from the RZA, from the Wu-Tang Clan, and then my little commentary around it. I know that when I say woman, it's just the feminine parts of all of us. It's not a gendered thing. It's just the feminine parts of all of us. From the book. Wisdom is woman. It is the womb one must pass through to become mentally born. Knowledge and wisdom give birth to understanding, just as man and woman give birth to a child. So wisdom is woman. It has to move through a process to become born, to become mentally born, and to give birth to understanding. So we must be seekers of wisdom always. And that allows us to be reborn again and again and again. Just as the breath is a whole cycle of metaphorical life and death. You inhale, you become alive, you rise, you rise, you rise, you rise, all the way to your peak, and with your exhale, you fall into that tiny death, that tiny space to make everything brand new, and to be reborn again with the next inhale. Exhale. Every moment is yours to make brand new. All you have to do is take that inhale and exhale. And here the RZA speaks to the pain of transition, the pain of that rebirth. And he says, I believe the misery The misery there, meaning the hood, Staten Island, where he was from, the ghetto, if you will. I believe the misery there brought forth a certain flower that wouldn't have grown anywhere else. So think about the obstacles, the misery, the trials in your own life. The things that if you look, like if you're looking from a stranger's point of view, you might judge as being bad. You know, people use the word ghetto to describe something that's broken or bad or run down or less than. But the ghetto produces so many brilliant, beautiful flowers, right? It gave us the RZA. So it is not a broken thing. It is not a broken thing. It's something that gives birth to so many beautiful people, ideas, ideologies. So think about that. Think about the trials, the things that are perceived as ugly or painful in your own life, and ask what it gave birth to. What flower was born from that misery, right? I love that one. All right, next passage. Continuing to focus on your breath. Bring it back to your breath all the time. If your mind wanders, just say, inhale with your inhale, exhale with your exhale. Silently or out loud, whatever gets you there. The book of Proverbs says that King Solomon sought wisdom from the cradle to the grave. That's a way of saying he sought rebirth. Just as you must come through a woman's womb to attain physical birth, so must you come through wisdom to achieve mental birth. And like childbirth, wisdom often comes with pain. Think about that again. Like childbirth, wisdom often comes with pain. Pain, joy, fear, all have borne in me wisdom, which, like water, is an ever-flowing spring from a bottomless ocean, a flow of life that takes the shape of any vessel, that reveals itself in all bodies and all moments. For wisdom is the way. So I want you to know, as you embark on this journey of self-reflection, self-love, self-care, as you go deep, as you connect with yourself, and then therefore connecting with all that is, as you do that, as you seek wisdom, you must also expect the pain of learning, the disillusionment that comes, but then be grateful for the joy in knowing the truth, the joy in standing in front of something and seeing it for what it is, and then knowing that you are able to navigate it because you can see it with honest eyes and an honest heart. So with wisdom, with learning comes disillusionment. With getting to know yourself comes pain. The process of what we're doing here, meditation, it just removes layers after layer after layer. And you're getting under those layers and you're seeing parts of you that you haven't seen in a very long time. And it might be painful. And it might bring up shame. And it might bring up regret. And it might even shock you a little because you have forgotten those things that you buried so deep down. But as you become wise to yourself, as you allow that pain, you surrender to it, you make room for joy because that comes too. I love that one. I love that one. Okay, last one. Return to your breath. Return to your breath. I mean, like big breaths now. Like bring that inhale all the way down to your belly and let your belly be soft and round. It's like the opposite of what we do all day. We're always like holding in bellies and, trying to look good. But a lot of us are in quarantine right now, isolation, social distancing. So it's okay. Just let the belly out. Just let it out. As you inhale, let it be soft. Put your hand on your belly if that helps. And as you exhale, just empty everything. Your whole body empties and you are a completely fresh and clean vessel for rebirth, for new ideas, for new life. I love breathing. All right, last one, last one. I think most of my approach to life has been like that, to find order in chaos, to be in the middle of a bunch of things happening at the same time, but find focus. I like the sun, sitting in the middle of the solar system with all the planets spinning around it. Millions of things going on. It's just sitting there being the sun, but exerting gravitational effect on everything. I think man should look at himself that way. Similarly to the sun, or to the nucleus of an atom, all of these confusing things going on around him are okay as long as he's staying focused on what he's doing, as long as he's being himself. That was juicy. That was juicy. I love that one. Whether your eyes are closed or open and focus gently on something, I want you to imagine yourself as this sun, this massive, shining, fiery thing. The whole world is orbiting around you. Kids, partners, pets, job, stress, all this stuff, it's just orbiting around you. But because you are a force, you hold it appropriately away from you. Okay? Planets aren't crashing into the sun. And you are still in the middle of it, able to observe, able to manage. You are still in the middle of it, just like you're still right now. The world is still going on around you, but you are able to find this place of stillness. You can do this anytime, anywhere, for a breath, for 10 breaths, for an hour. It's of no matter. It's the connection that counts. It's the quality of the connection, not the quantity of time. Be that sun, that bright, shining, warming, powerful, necessary thing that is just still, shining in its stillness, powerful in its stillness. Well, I can do this all day, but I know y'all got stuff to do and I got to get back to my life. But I'll tell you, the more you practice, the longer you can sit, and it feels like seconds. Minutes feel like seconds, hours feel like minutes. It becomes easier and easier to find that connection and that peace the more times you sit like this, whether with me, with another group, with another teacher, or by yourself. I want you to take one big inhale and exhale with me. And as you do that, bring your hands to heart center and prayer. Inhale, pressing your thumbs into the center of your chest. Exhale. Connect, not physically, but with your knowing, to your heart beating, to the rise and fall of your chest. Know that it's happening without any effort, without your input. Your heart will beat on its own. Your lungs will expand and empty on their own. There's so much working for you in this moment. Bow your head. And with the next inhale and exhale, go ahead and wiggle your fingers, your toes, and flutter your eyes open to return to the space. Hello. Hey, Charlene, you signed up for the workshop, my 4-minute workshop. Awesome. It's cute. You'll like it. Hey, Simran Golay. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I really like these readings, but I want to hear from you. I love just collecting the wisdom of others and sharing it with you all. I know that most of you probably don't have the Tao of Wu by the RZA, but it's an excellent book for anybody. You don't have to be a Wu-Tang fan. It's just a really excellent story, a journey to finding spiritual self. It's a beautiful book. I love it. It's an easy read. You'll love it. So pick that up. Links in the video description. I think my corny bookmark. I like big books and I cannot lie. All right. I will see you. I say at the end of every video. I super appreciate you showing up for me and showing up for yourself, because it inspires and compels me to show up for you and myself. I need this. I need this community. It is my medicine as much as it might be yours, maybe even more so. And I, from the bottom of my heart, am so grateful for you. So I say 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's so true. I adore you. So also say 3 times, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'll see you soon. Thank you all for showing up. Leave your comments.